how to get off the hook for your business or in your business. Do you want to get off the hook in your business? The idiom get off the hook, of course, comes from fishing. And if you've ever been fishing, you know the experience of hooking that fish. You're out there all day sitting in the hot sun, and finally there's a tug on your line. You set the hook and you start to reel it in. You're reeling and reeling and reeling, and the fish is fighting and fighting and tugging, and you're reeling some more, and you're all excited. You yell, "Get the net!" And right as somebody goes to put the net in and you lift your pole, bam, the fish gets off the hook and it gets away. And you're devastated, of course, because it was the trophy fish of the day. Or we used to play a game where whoever got the first fish and the most fish would get, in our family we played this game, they would get I think it would be started out as a quarter when the kids were really little, and then it went up to $1. So everyone, of course, wanted to catch the first fish and the most fish. I maybe won that contest once ever in all my decades of fishing with the family. I was not the best fisherwoman, but I always enjoyed fishing. And to me, this idiom, it means a lot. It means, of course, to want to get out of a tough or difficult situation, to want to get out of trouble, right? If you're a fish and you're hooked by the lip and you know you're going in the boat and going to be in the fry pan soon, you're fighting for your life and wanting to get out of trouble. You might be in a distasteful situation. You might be in a bad relationship. You might be in a bad partnership in your business. You might have signed a contract deal that isn't awesome for you, and you didn't do your best job negotiating, and you want to get off the hook or out of that deal. Or a situation where you hired the wrong person, or, there's so many business examples I could give where I had gotten involved in things that I wished I could get off the hook. But in some of those, I didn't, because I always honor my word, and so I just dealt with the situation as best I could. And other things, the world always has a way of resolving itself. So some things I got off the hook because laws changed, the world changed, partners changed, people changed. But oftentimes we want to get off the hook because we want to use the change as an excuse or a reason to make a change. Now, the truth is, as business owners, we have the power and the choice and the possibility of making a change whenever we want to, right? We can change and mix up our business and go after different product lines, serve different customers whenever we want. But once you start down this road, a lot of times we feel like we can't make those changes. I went down that road with a customer. I had a customer that was super bad for my business for a year. I put up with their bad behavior and their not treating my people right, my customers and my team right, for a year before I finally got up the guts and the gumption to say stop. I told them along the way, but they weren't listening and they weren't responding. So it was finally, stop. We are no longer going to be able to do business with you. And it wasn't until I made that change that myself and my entire staff were finally off the hook and free of that customer. I used to listen to, and people would say the customer is always right, and I believe that we should serve people that we want to serve, and that in doing so we do the best that we can possibly do for them. We help them solve their problems, we help them make their lives better, we do whatever we can for them. But in over a quarter century in quality and customer service, I learned that some people just aren't very nice and don't want to take personal responsibility for their part in a situation. And that includes customers, because guess what? Customers are human beings. And the customer isn't always right. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't always treat people with dignity and respect and like the valuable human beings that they are, but it also doesn't mean that we allow ourselves and people that we care about to be treated in disrespectful, rude, unacceptable manners. And so from that point on, I learned that, you know what, my integrity and I would never treat anyone else this way, so why would I tolerate that from a customer? And it was a very scary move in my business, but it was one of the best moves and the best lessons that I ever learned in my life. So a lot of times we think we have to have an excuse or a reason. I personally, on a personal note and health in my life, got to the point that I was so stressed out about all of the areas of my life, not just one aspect of my life, but I had let several areas of my life just fall down, and they got my attention through a sudden cardiac arrest. I had to actually have a huge health challenge of my own before I gave myself permission to let myself off the hook to take my life in the direction that was right for me. Because, like many people, I grew up believing I should do this. I have to do this. This is the way we be successful. And right, absolutely, positively, it's the way some people are successful. But our life isn't about, and our businesses aren't about how someone else is successful. It's about how you are successful. What works for you and your business and your life and the people that you're truly here to love and serve, right? So sometimes we're looking for a reason and a way to get off the hook. Excuse me. And as painful as the changes that we're going through with COVID-19 and this pandemic might feel, the world's just now starting to open up in different areas. Not yet in my area, but in Texas and Colorado and some other states. And I'm not watching the news, so I'm going to have to check into it today. But, excuse me, as it does, hopefully we haven't lost, and the opportunity hasn't been lost on us to make the changes in direction, make the changes in choice, make the changes in how we need to serve our people now to meet their needs, their needs and their problems now, not what they were in March, because that's in many cases not applicable anymore. Now, some of my needs are the same, right? I still need my nails done, and I cannot wait until the nail salons open in my area. But other things, other needs are, but that's a good example, because the way my nail salon did things was absolutely, positively, if they're still doing things that way, I will not be going back to them. Not ever. But if they've changed and they've become more conscious of, sanitation, and you'd think they would be super conscious of that already, but I can't tell you how many times, and it's not just my nail salon, every nail salon I ever went to, they never have you wash your hands before they start working on your nails. And that always blew me away, because I'm like, how can they not automatically have you wash and sanitize your hands before they start grinding away on your nails? They don't know where you've been. They don't know what you've been doing with your hands when you come in there. Now, I purposely always went in with clean hands, but I don't know what anyone else did, right? So there's an example of a business, any small business, any big business, that needs to look at what they've been doing and what they can be doing to make a better, more safe, more sanitary environment for all of their customers and all of their clientele, no matter what business they're in. So we're off the hook, and COVID-19, I think, will be the biggest reason and the biggest excuse people use for business failures, for financial not meeting their objectives, for whatever, for who knows how long to come. And that's okay. If you don't want to do your business anymore, and COVID-19 gave you the opportunity to shift gears and stop doing that business, awesome, then do that, but move in the direction that you want your life to go then. But don't wait for pandemics to hit before you make sure and check back with yourself that your business is going in the direction that you want it to. I guess that's my biggest lesson today. So how do you get off the hook? Number one, decide what you want. And number two, take action toward it. It really is that simple. And if you don't know what to do, you ask for help. That's it. That's our idiom for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know your get off the hook stories. I got some good get off the hook, saved by the bell, last minute type stories, if anybody's curious about those. But share yours in the comments below. Have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. Take care.